Trial run of a trial took place today in Ohio County, one that judges are calling a huge step for the state in properly taking on domestic violence and sexual assault cases across West Virginia. Thank you for joining us for 7 News at 10. I'm Steve Moore. The judges are hoping that other communities will take note of this. 7 News reporter Stephanie Grinley was in the courtroom as they tested a new system that allows victims to safely testify.
Victims of sexual assault or domestic abuse can now appear in the courtroom without physically stepping into the room.
Yeah, it started, a few months after we got married. He was really jealous.
Meet accuser Jane Doe and accused husband Joseph Doe.
Yeah. Miss Doe, do you recall that picture being taken? Yes.
Come October 4th, the Ohio County Court will be the second county in the state, Cabell being the first, to introduce this remote technology. Previously, in order to take on a case, victims had to go in person to magistrate court. And everyone in the room thinks justice has been limited because of that. A simple buffer, you might say, is huge.
I come from a background of domestic violence in my family growing up, and I can remember the look in my dad's eye. All you need to do is see that look in his eye. And that's what a lot of our victims or alleged victims are dealing with.
Because oftentimes we have people who file them, but then once they get more information about how the court system works and where they're going to be sitting and what the courtroom looks like, they sometimes change their minds.
On my second courtroom, it is a single table, and the victim and the respondent are within touching distance, and it can be incredibly tense.
The test in Judge Wood's courtroom signs a new future for the court system in West Virginia, backed by the Supreme Court of Appeals. But I did have one question holding out. Will the video in the courtroom imbalance powers? Imply that since the accuser is by video, that the accused is obviously threatening or even guilty?
It's not necessarily an indication to me that there's somebody who is guilty or not guilty, or they have committed the offense. That's a choice, a personal choice that they're making that makes this more accessible to them.
And the technology is already being put to use in Cabell County.
We've had a divorce hearing that used this system, and it worked really well.
Everyone in this courtroom today hopes that this will encourage more follow-through cases. In Wheeling for 7 News.